Okay, so this isn't as smooth as I wanted it to be. Well, hello! Hello, sorry, it's setting up time, which is always a hassle because I never started on time, and this time I also was just away. So, I'm sorry, it's gonna take a while. Anyway, how is everyone doing? Let's see. Maybe I'm now ready. Okay. Everything should be okay. Hello. Hello. Games and demos is hard. It was hard just like find an actual category for this. But did I actually? Uh uh uh. Uh uh uh. Did I actually? Yes, I did. I also need to. There's a cat. I'm sorry, I forgot the tea. But the tea is on its way. Or sort of. I think at some point I'm gonna get the tea. But it's gonna be late. Maybe I'll have the tea tomorrow. So today is a hassle because I don't usually play more than one game at a time, and so I accidentally went in with my usual things. Hello. So the tea is a lie. Don't believe that the tea is a metaphor. Tea is always a metaphor. I have to check a little bit. As this was supposed to be advertised. That is strange. Okay. I might have gotten advertised in another way. But I'll put the captions on again as soon as I actually. The captions. Caption page on. Captions cups, yes. So I did my best to fit things right for this game because I tried it and then I previewed how it looks on stream, so it should be fine. But there might be some glitches. Preparing to launch the game is. Okay. It's thinking. The game's thinking. So don't mind this. This is just a Pokemon game. You can play Pokemon over here, really. And you can also just choose because it's completely optional. I also don't have sounds or things to alert you when it happens, so you have to pay attention to the chat if you do it. Yeah. let's check this out. Like, first of all, I think this game is going to need the fancy title in the main menu. It's gonna need it. This is by itself, it looks like the same. I'm pretty sure it might actually be almost pretty much the same as when you escape and just like pause the game. But yes, I think in terms of that, I think this game needs a little bit UI stuff. Yeah. So, one funny thing, I tried this game and I tried it with this female character because I really like her. But the funny thing about her is that I think she has like fishbone braid on her, and I did that to myself. Unfortunately, it doesn't look as good as her because my hair is just not good enough for this. But one thing that I did was think like, why is like an Asian looking person having hair that's sort of Nordic? But maybe I'm just mistaken. Maybe it's something else. I think as a start, like, there's like male and female character, which is fine. I think I would have honestly, I don't know how to do this better. Like, put something else. It's just basic, like very basic characters. It's a sturdy looking warrior sort of person, and then there's a sort of skimpy looking, a little bit more frail looking female mage. Oh, it's mercenary, okay. But still. So this game is based on a tabletop role-playing game, which name I already forgot, and I will have to honestly just sneak a peek. Hey cat, calm down. Okay. Let's take a moment. I think I'm gonna need to just advertise myself a little bit more. Because I always forget to do that. And if someone requires it, because at this hour I think it's pretty hard to get people in. So we're not gonna do a whole lot of the playing, I guess, because it is late for me. I booked this in out of my usual schedule. Like, I have scheduled stuff around this time usually, but I took it off because of the dancing that I did, and I'm soon gonna get out of that routine. So eventually I will be able to actually just, you know, stream on Mondays as well. Once I'm in Latvia. or it all depends on, like, I guess what I do for work. Yeah, so she has two abilities, Planting Flash and Orcanofaxius. I have no idea how to pronounce that. My camera. But Orcanofaxius. I guess there's like two ways to pronounce Latin, and one is the classical Latin and one is the Middle Age Latin. And a lot of people, especially English now, they use the Middle Age one. So where C becomes S. So like Orsano instead of Organo, which would be the classical Latin, which I was taught. I was taught Latin. Out of all the languages, I studied Latin. That's my third language, or actually my fourth if you count my mother language as well. So we're gonna do like the first chapter, or part of it. We're gonna get back to it tomorrow, but for now we're just starting on. You almost trip over your robe as you dive off the path and behind a tree. I think I'm actually not gonna be able to read all of it. There's so much text here. And the happy thing about this is that I can use two different ways to do dialogue. I can use keyboard or I can use my mouse. And I prefer so much the keyboard over the mouse that I just find this an absolute bliss. So when I played this, I could just go relax, just sort of half lie down on my chair, just lounge, and just press up. You hit the ground hard on your hand. You hear the arrow whistle past and throw yourself onto your stomach. Blood rushes in your ears, and your breath is harsh and heavy. That needs to calm down. He's already excited. He is excited and he is absolutely boiling here. Really hot in. Why is this happening? The road was supposed to be safe. Okay. So try to find your attackers. Stay low to the ground. Try to keep quiet. Hey Jonel, Christine, how are you doing? How lovely to have you here. How are you? How is your Monday? Yeah, so there's three options. Try to find your attackers, stay low to the ground, and try to keep quiet. So when I tried this, I can't remember if I chose to try to keep quiet or stay low to the ground, but I'll go with the second option. Doing well, finished work for today and had some lunch. How are you? I'm good. It's actually really late for me. I'm currently, it's 16 past 10 for me, PM. But yes, that is really great though. The cat is boiling hot on my, and it's just that he doesn't mind this warmth, because I learned that cats are actually used to 40 degrees or so. So this is for his heaven and this is my hell. That I still won't take him off. In the dead of night with arrows flying, you reckon it is best to stay close to the ground. Very slowly you make your way forwards, making certain you are as pressed to the floor as you can be. But then you hear them, and on reflex you turn to try to find them. You can't see anything moving in the shadows, but you hear many heavy footsteps, many loud. The next town is close, you think. You should just make a run for it. But you are already struggling to run. Maybe it's better to hide and let them pass. Let's try to hide. Yes, that's a better plan. Oh wow, it's only 12:17 in the afternoon here in California for me. Oh, pretty cat. He is an absolute baby. He is a baby. He doesn't like the light, so that's why he squints. But he's an absolute baby. He just lets me do whatever. He doesn't mind. As long as he's on my lap, he is happy. And nice to meet you, Donald Christine from California. He is an absolute. Yes, that's a better plan, and so you immediately start looking around for somewhere you can hide yourself. There's a birch in the road, and if you lie on your front, they won't be able to see you unless you crawl down into it, roll around, and stay completely still, trying to resist the urge to look around for your asylum. There's already flop everywhere. Your mind is racing and nothing is clear. It pushes all the spells, all the formulae you know from your mind. That damned pressure every time. So that is also one thing. Formulae or formulae, like A and an E, that's different from classical Latin and the Middle Age Latin. And yeah, I love it too. I love my cat to bits. An absolute baby, and he gets to do whatever he wants and gets all the stuff. The damn pressure every time. The blood stops pumping so hard in your ear, you start to become aware of others. How did you find my stream, by the way? If you don't mind me asking. I think it might have been you who liked my Twitter post. So maybe you found here through Twitter? I absolutely like this. I played it a little bit before, and the music and the graphics are. I think the writing is also really good. As the blood is pumping, you start to become aware of other noises. Voices getting louder, coming closer. Heavy footfalls pounding just as quickly as your heart. Painstakingly slowly, you turn your neck so that you can look up the verge, hoping to catch sight of your chaser. They're frighteningly close, having slowed down to try to catch any sight of you. The first has already notched another arrow in his bow. The second follows him with a long, nerve-wracking axe held in both hands. And now you see others coming out of the darkness too. If you're going to do something, it has to be now. So, now we have an option. Run or distract them, or cast a spell. And I think casting a spell might do. Oh, I don't mind at all. I found you a true comfortable stranger during his stream yesterday. Oh, that is really nice. I'm happy to have you here. I was actually thinking of comfortable strangers earlier today. Yeah. Today is gonna be very quiet because most of my viewers aren't actually live. But I'm happy that like my partner is usually over here moderating and making silly comments. He is also not here because he's currently casting. He is casting Rocket League and also other esports. An extreme measure comes to your mind as you see a nearby tree whose roots are exposed. Glad to have you here. Really nice having you. It's a spell you've practiced, a spell you should be able to perform. And so you focus and slowly you start to build the formula in your mind. As quietly and subtly as you think you can get away with, you start to make the necessary gesture. And you hope, beyond imaginable hope, that just this one time you won't falter under pressure. So the small text over there says, Orsano Faxius is an elemental spell that causes a jet of air to damage its targets and blow it backwards. The spell might be used in combat to force enemies away, but also to affect the environment around Nedim. So Orsano Faxius, gonna use. You push yourself up as quickly as you can before you unleash your magic. A blast of air erupts from your pointed fingers, spiraling forwards at tremendous speed. They hear you and they see you, but it's far too late. Your spell hits the tree so that it topples to the floor. Straight into the path of your pursuers, giving you enough time to escape. And so you run. So focused on your escape are you that you don't even see the town come up on you. You panic and dive down to the ground again as another arrow flies past you in the other direction. Keep going, come on. You pay no attention to where the voice is coming from or who it belongs to. At this point you aren't really thinking at all, just trying to stay out of the way of the hail of arrows. And so you pass through the throng of Thorvalian warriors that now stand ready to make a stand outside of the town's palace. I have no idea how to pronounce that word actually. Palace. I think it might be really hard. One of them claps you on the shoulder as you dive past them and skid through the town's threshold, completely out of breath. Behind you, shouts ring out as battle. But all you feel is overwhelming relief as every one of your actually make it to. It's not a long fight, and those who were chasing you are quickly routed by the town's defenders. They ask you many questions about the chase as they invite you into the town proper. And then you can finally rest a while, laying down your burdens until morning comes. It's a cold but bright sun that rises over the thatched roofs of Isle... Yes, this is what I was struggling. Eyelids fell to greet you the next day. You feel as though your eyes had barely closed before sunlight started breaking through the window. A gentle breeze tugs at your clothes, and the smell of salt on the air helps to keep you awake. And the town wakes up around you as though nothing had ever happened. People open up their shops and services for the day. Seagulls caw overhead. I actually have reading out loud because. But let's enjoy. So yeah, they talk about Outlanders now, and I think Outlander is the word the Nordic, like the northern Britain people, like Scots especially, use out of people who aren't there. So that just makes me feel like this might. A lot of Scottish people, they're sort of looking Viking, like it's hard to tell. Like she looks like a shield maiden. Same time, it's really hard to tell. You immediately recognize. Oh yes, true. They are Nordic because of the Nordic names, like Scandinavian thing. Her name is Ulfgar's daughter, and daughter is daughter, so she is Ulfgar's daughter. So we just say morning. I don't think. Get into questioning at the very start. I apologize. Chaos of arrival. So yeah, it's a bit of a mystery why she arrived there, and then she suddenly arrives to this chaos. She almost got killed, I think. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, now we're just gonna eat breakfast. Just swing through the crowds as the town. It's quite. So we need to make sure nothing like that ever happens again if we can. We have a reputation to hold. Patrol, Sibber's bandit. They. What about patrols? Yeah. I saw no sign of patrols on the road. Have you considered it? Well, thank you. So they'll be mostly peaceful, so then actually don't have patrols and no suddenly. Climb upwards, everything starts to feel just a little less cramped as the space between buildings grows. Soon you are in a wide open square and it's beckoning you. And now we move into the Great Hall, which is also very Viking-like. I guess we are actually in a Viking village. Not taken back by the sheer scale of the. It's honestly curious, coming from that I am related to this sort of culture by a very long distance, but still seeing how non-Nordics do it. Hey, comfortable stranger, how are you? We have a game. There's two games. There's the Pokemon. There's this. Because I always forget that it. Or I mean, it's usually because usually my camera is in that direction. I'm okay on a short break. That is very nice. It's very nice. And I'm glad you're here. I'm good. I'm actually pretty tired. I've had a pretty long day. I mean, your day is only starting, or pretty much just only starting. Quite far ahead. Or almost. So this is a game that I got from the game developer herself. She was in the writing part, like she has written all of the story in this game, and I was privileged enough to get one of the keys that she was sharing for some free promotional material. Like, we were just gonna do this a little bit. I'm not sure, like, if I should reconsider the category. Didn't. Like, this is either goes for that or this. Nonsense. 2:33. Yes, exactly. Well, you are still in the middle, in the process of dealing with your day, and I've already. It really is. I was looking at the time, like 22 minus 20 hours behind me. No, that's not it. I'm definitely tired, considering that you're 20 hours behind. You just have the liberty time. 8 hours behind. What we have, a handful of trophies are placed on the walls, a reminder of the triumph of those who have ruled on Isle Isle. It's really hard to pronounce name. Like, I'm not sure where that actually is, because it doesn't actually sound very Nordic. Even if it has like some form of Nordic, I'm not sure if any place would actually be named that way. But maybe I don't know. Or I know all the Nordic countries, I just haven't. There's a Pokemon game and a world. Aryabuk? How is that? I have no idea again. English is harder to pronounce than most languages. Air is stale and reeks of food, fire, and sat there can Edmund looks up from at his ball and quickly up at. I have to actually not read, but like read in my head is out loud, because I know that people have to as they watch it, because I cannot read. I don't possess the stamina. I applaud those who can. As much as I have been doing, I great lengths of time. Uncle, it's okay. It is okay. But yeah, all of this game is supposed to be related to tabletop RPG, which I'm not familiar of. I'm not familiar of that particular tabletop RPG, but it is all by made up. Game is produced by a tabletop RPG company. Really, the emphasis is on the storytelling as well as the game mechanic, which feels role-playing game like RPG. Mhm, mhm, mhm. So we have three choices again. This is quite a feast, thank you Headman, or you wish to see me. I think the last one just sounds a little less thankful. So it's either the first one or the second. I think the first one is more polite because it's showing it we're amazed how good. So if we want to be like making the best possible impression, then we would go with that instead of just a simple thank you. I would be lying if I said there were no advantages to being headman. And I honestly have a bad habit skipping some of the dialogue. It's a bad habit that I need to. I'm not used to playing games where I actually, where the story matters, not actually told out. I'm not used to playing them honestly. That I have to consider when I play this game here. This is Brand. Now this is silly because I'm not sure Brand is really like a very Nordic name. He has branded himself a very peculiar character. He is the town's Gaudi, and he's been the advisor to the head person for many decades. I like my. I like. Okay, so I like my captions, and then I don't look at them, I don't pay attention to them, and then I see something that I said that sounds like that is just completely different than what I actually said. Oh, head person, Gaudi, these are all just silly words related to this lore. That head person is probably the head of the village, maybe the town. And Gori is probably just someone who talks to the god. Get Polar a job. I know, we need... I'm getting my Arl Rocket League memes into my actual stream. Yes. Hello, Danny boy. How are you doing? I would shout you out, but like... We'll probably just look at you stream Rocket League again. But I'm grand, yourself. I'm tired, but I'm grand. I'm grand. This is an indie game that I got. It's not even... It doesn't even have a category in Twitch yet because it's so new. It hasn't been released yet. So... I'm playing a press release demo over here. And it's pretty grand. I'm gonna play like a little bit before I go to bed. So who won? Tell me who won. I want to know how far off I got actually on my predictions. I did grand on my predictions. Everything's just completely broke. Everything's just completely off. Yes. Near the crypt, man in a heavy bundle of ropes who sits and eats at the end of the table. That just sounds like Danny. Except the no ropes, because who needs ropes anyway? Mercy, but he says nothing. Continues chewing. And moves on to introduce the other younger man at the table. I believe you met my youngest, Rusker. Oh yes. This part over here, I bet there's gonna be something. I bet there's a written romance here between my character and this dude. So, question now remains, how do we date this person? And yes, how to make a dating sim out of every single visual novel. Every single visual novel has a dating sim in it. Once again, he seems cautious just for a moment before he nods at you courteously. Wrong person to ask, I'm still single. Well, I mean, Danny, maybe one day you will also find your true love. Maybe one day. Just saying, it doesn't happen in school because, you know, my true love, who paid for it? Well, if we get paid enough, hey Jam, if we get paid enough, then maybe we can buy you a true love, Danny. So Jam, who would you set Danny with? Hello, honey. I am still so envious that you have bright penguin and I don't. Yes, we need to set Danny up for a date because apparently Danny is single and we need to find his true love. So who else than Spooks, okay? Because I don't know. I don't think Danny is as fond of Spooks as Spooks is fond of Danny. Or should I say Daddy? Yes, we need someone diabolical. We need. What were you even doing on the northern road? I mean no disrespect, it is just not often that the likes of you come from that direction. So, do I want to know the meaning behind that? Yes, you do, Danny. Which part? The spooks part? Or the diabolical part? Or where I called you daddy? You know? At least my captions capture both spooks, diabolical, and daddy. Somehow. Well, we've all heard you two casts, so we know that Spooks calls you daddy. But what do you call Spooks? So, not often the likes of you come from that direction. So, what do you mean? Is it because of my skin color that I shouldn't come from the north, but I should come from the south? I was visiting Oldport. I mean, I don't know where she's been. I just barely got here. I don't know where she's been. So... okay. Oldport it is. Dylan, I call him by his first name most of the time. Aww, first name basis. I know, it's nice. That is cute. That is adorable. Not even Jam calls Bacon by his first name, and I mean, they are work husbands. So... I'm on my way back south from Oldport. I wish to study at the Runajasko for a short while. Runajasko, are you a mage? Jam already found his dear love. Bacon got to back off. It's okay, I accept this. I accept that Jam has his work husbands and then he comes home to me. But seriously though, I think Danny needs some fiery. Someone fiery. Danny needs someone. Period. Oh, I love that they wrote period instead of having period. Somebody froze. Captions, are you drunk? Question mark. Danny wants calm most of the time. Aww. So, what you're saying is that you want Jam. I wanna say someone like Frankie Ward. I'm just shipping you two. It's okay. When you nod, Rasker sits up straighter in his chair and his eyes light up with curiosity. Well, yes, I guess you want Jam. Everyone wants Jam. Like, everyone wanted me today. Frankie wouldn't drop her standards for me, Jam. There's enough of me to go around, but my heart and home will always be with HC. Wait. Thank you, love. It's like today. I was kind of rude. This guy... I was walking, just walking to a bus stop because I wanted to get home. And I just wanted to just really quickly get onto it. And then this guy... he starts to approaching like similar direction as I was with a friend, and they were gonna go a different way, and then he just pulls his friend from his sleeve to like follow him, and then he comes to like chat up with me. I was already like way ahead of them, and he just shouts like hi, and then I was like, sorry, not interested. And then he laughs so hard, and then he starts to, like, talking to his friend how silly Finnish people are, because that is such a Finnish reaction. And I mean, most definitely that should be a Finnish reaction, because we literally, the Finns necessarily don't want to get interrupted in the middle of a street when they're walking somewhere. So we literally just don't want to just get disrupted on doing something. Come to talk to us while we're having a beer outside, yeah, sure, but like not while we're walking. That's why like face-to-face kind of charity sellers are also doing so badly over here, because we don't like to be interrupted. But also just like, I also am a champ. I have no interest in talking to strangers. And I told him that. Sorry, I already have my love. Like, he would only just get disappointed. Yeah, when you know dressed as a reader and his eyes light up with curiosity. That's an unfortunate waste of a trip. They don't accept outsiders lightly. Oh, yeah, exactly. I don't need anything else. I don't need anything else in my life. Yes, well, I know that now. You know this now. Are you not going there anymore? You catch Estrid glancing from you to her father and back again, suddenly holding herself very carefully. No interest in talking to strangers? Only one stranger, okay? No plurals. Only comfortable strangers. Okay? You are a comfortable stranger. Rude, but yes, I am the stranger. I still talk to you, Danny, so you're not a stranger anymore. So deal with it. Also, I am happy to also have those emos. Where are my emos? I need my emos. Yes. I just sapped to comfortable stranger earlier. They're so cute. They're so cute. Yeah. I need to know your emote artists, basically. Those are really adorable. Oh no. Well, no matter. The fact is, you should not have been attacked here. It is rather troubling. You may saying so, but you all seem more upset by this than I'd expect. Good shock. We're taking. I struggle like not reading this out loud because I really want to, but at the same time I cannot. I don't know how you casters do it, but I just cannot talk like endlessly. Except you take breaks, I don't. I should take breaks. Handful of bread from the loaf. The loaf just reminds me of cats. And there's no cats here. Thank you for the lurk, stranger. Lyric, okay. Captions are drunk again. Oh, I remember struggling with lots of reading during streams when it was text heavy, yes. Yeah, text heavy things when there's lore that is actually not said out loud, then yes, it is really heavy. Okay, do you know what it means to be peaceless, Outlander? Not personally. So even as casters are susceptible to it. Yes. Ah, words. I cannot do them today. To be fair, it's really late. Esther has a smirk at your bewilderment behind her goblet as Raskiel leans forward with a dark look. Those that attacked you last night have committed terrible, terrible crimes. They are a shame to their ancestors, and they have been stripped of all honor they had and can ever have. They will never find peace with the gods. They will never fight at Swafner's side or drink at Travia's table. I cannot stay serious. That is why the peaceless are scorned and hide amongst themselves on the all part stones. Yes. Yes. For them to return in force to the mainland makes no sense. But if a group of them have, then they are a grave danger and we must deal with them. An uncomfortable silence falls here as well. While everyone processes me trying to do an actual voice. To be fair though, that was actually easier to talk to than this way. Out of it is Hetman. It is the Hetman that clears his throat to speak up, talking to you over his drink. I have called you here for your help, Outlander. I know very little about magic, but I must believe that you can use it to help us. At least I've heard many stories of magic coming to our aid in the past, but my son is right. Yet somehow natural voice wears the throat faster, at least it feels that way. Yeah. We must deal with the peaceless. Today he and Estrid will head out to find those that remained and end the threat before they can strike again. I'd like you to join them. Okay. Just the three of us? I'm not a soldier. I still have a long journey. All these three things are true. So we gonna go. I still have a long journey, yes. I still have a long journey ahead of me. I wanted to get underway relatively quickly. That doesn't feel right. Oh my god, I suck at doing voices. Don't get me into any voice acting, please. I have done one. I actually just recently rediscovered this act. I have it over here. This is the only one of the two copies that there exists of me doing a voice acting. This is the cast. It's never gonna be played. I tell you that much. But luckily it's in Finnish, so Jam doesn't understand. This is actually also the first time my nickname is there as well. My nickname is there. First time. On something. I was about 17. It can't be a special incentive for a charity stream. No. Never, ever, darling. It cannot be. It cannot be. It will Never happened. There's nothing there. It's just... It's potentially a gay drama, okay? So... Nothing special. There is nothing else to start again when you leave here. Hey Kake, how are you? And thank you for the lurk. It's lovely to have you here. I appreciate you. Yes, exactly. We're watching a gay drama already because we're watching Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. We already saved your life once on your journey, Outlander. Or should I do the husky voice again? Rubs her eyes in frustration, rescues Kender, but then quickly looks at you. It is not old. You are our guest here. So yes, the guy just literally wants us to tag along because he wants to show off his muscular arms. Oh, love, talk deeply to me. With the room falling quiet again, you can't help but notice the small, niggling feeling in the back of your mind. You can't place it, but it only adds to that. If you wish to get underway immediately, I'll happily arrange a ship to take you anywhere you wish to go. Or you're welcome to stay here as a guest for a while at least, if that suits you. The three of them, Olkar is the only one who seems patient to await your answer. He's on the edge, staring at you over his meal. When could we sail? Sven chuckles and shakes his head, drawing a dark look from his sister. The headman quickly signals for them both to settle down, shifting in his seats and putting a careful hand on the table. As soon as you return, if that's what you wish. I'm honestly like imagining in my head right now, Jam, how you would voice act these, and I think you would do a much better job than me. You are a natural. I wonder what would Bran sound? I'm your biggest fan, right? I do the woof. I do the buff. Well, next time you need a voice actor, I'll be there. I did tell you that if I ever... The very first moment I'm gonna make a game that has voice acting in it, I'm gonna make you the voice actor. Oh, you got the purple emote, yes! I forgot that you had that, that is amazing. Purple is amazing. Look at that kitty. Oh my god, that kitty. The Punkaboo. Just as we were talking about purple, the boo appears. That is cute. I wanna catch it, okay? Don't judge me. There are things in motion that are beyond our control, Outlander. probably did poorly, but I have just like one voice only, unfortunately. Stranger at the end of the table has been so quiet throughout the meal that you had forgotten he was there. Now though, look at him. No, I cannot do whispers either. Whispers are actually worse to your throat than talking. Even when you're sick and you have a cold and your throat is so scratchy, it's actually worse to whisper than trying to speak. Now though, you look at him as he spits out a fishbone and glances across to you. Oh no, I didn't get it. I already forgot the voice that I did. Hey Devons, how are you doing? I'm doing fine. I'm just playing a video game. If you can't see it. If you can't tell, I'm playing a video game. It's over here. It's sort of over here as well, but mostly over here. How are you doing yourself? And how is your life doing right now? Great, thanks. Getting destroyed by cuttle pickers in Dota. I got destroyed by a cuttle picker in Dota as well because they picked a cuttle mid and then they just didn't know how to play it. Did someone play cuttle mid? Because I'm having doubts that it's working for most people. But is cuttle actually that good in Dota right now? We had a pottle +4. Pottle, yes. Pottle. Are you drunk? My captions are. Oh wait. I think my captions have worked for a little bit. Okay, now it's cut. Now it's pottle. I didn't say papa, but good job. I'm not drunk, just typing fast. Okay. Yeah, who just kept passing away? I mean, that's like every cuttle in the universe, basically. It was like that's all they ever do. That's all I ever do as a cuttle, though. Don't tell that to others. It is the will. Oh wait. It is the will of the Runjab that you arrived here. If they had not wished for you to be here, you would not have come all this way. I'm doing bad voice acting here. That is what we've come to. And yet you are here, so that you may aid us in this. The headman did not wish for me to tell you. He thought you may doubt what the Runjas have revealed to us. I made sure that nobody can quiet me because I took it off. I took off the option to make me quiet. What did I say? So already I have actually went off from the previous row that I'm in. I was with my other save, and now I'm getting different responses and different answers. That an unknown mage would aid us in what is to come. I mean, actually figure out like more male voices. So before you arrived, we did not understand what that meant. But then the peaceless chased you to our doorstep. The Runjas have revealed their will to us. I'm sorry that I wasn't more open with you until now. So yeah. Visual novels are a little bit harder to stream because the content is literally a story, so everyone has to basically just follow up on what you're doing. Just go ham for it, love. I always go ham. I am the ham. I am the hamster of all the hams. Even if the voices are out there, exactly. I don't care. We're doing bad voice acting here. That is what we're doing. I'm actually gonna just turning the captions off for a bit. Just to work this out in here. Yes, we're gonna do this. Let's make a thing out of it. Because that is exactly. Yes. Bad voice acting stream. I'm glad you love it. But you have no choice. You've chosen your faith and it's me. So I will talk you deeply. I will talk you high. I cannot do high. I'm sorry. And I will only talk to you on my normal alto voice, and then I go deep, like really deep. I didn't catch that. Really deep. Honestly, sitting is one bad way to voice act because you're not using your whole range to voice act. The best way to do it is actually standing up, because then you have all the freedom in your body, and you have to warm up as well to get all the range you have. But I'm not a professional voice actor at all. I just know things. I just read things and get to know things, and that's what I do. I don't drink, but I know things. And yes, my glass has a cow on it. There's little more that we can say now, Father. Either the Outlander will help us, or she won't. You're very conscious that all three of them now await your final answer. So now I'm just skipping again. So now we're just feeling the pressure of just... We have to make a choice now, especially as the headman and his family have all now left their meals alone and are fully focused on you. So do you know that moment when you're at the dinner table with your family and they ask you a hard question and then they just stare at you waiting for you to answer? That is the moment we're looking for here. That is exactly the mood we're looking here. Everyone full focused on you, or like doing that big presentation or something, big speech. Everyone just focuses on you. Your mind teeters a little at the idea that your arrival in Eilifsfell was preordained. At the back of your mind. Are we agreed, Outlander? You sit stunned for one more moment, then you are overwhelmed, and without realizing it, you nod just once. Either it seems I must, or agreed. it must seems it must, which means we're just actually just not into it, but let's just agree for the hell of it. I'll help where I can. So in my previous gameplay I chose something else and it skipped a whole lot of things, and then it actually ended up back in here. So even as I was just choosing to maybe like, maybe I'm not into this, then the game is forcing me to be into it. Which I guess you could make a little bit problematic, like you can't basically say no in this game. But yes, bad voice acting stream is currently on. Then your word is a bludge to me. That is completely different than it was previously. There's no hint of his jovial nature now. He is grim and reserved as he nods. You should all prepare to leave as soon as possible. Good hunting. Good hunting? What? And now? Blessings of the hunt. Chapter Blessings of the Hunt. Preparations do not take long. We're told to bring as little as we can, and we move swiftly and sleep roughly. Do the need arise? Oh yeah, in our trip, yes. In truth, there is little you can prepare. You have no weapon and no armor and a limited list of mantras you are certain will work. So why are they actually forcing me to go in while not giving me a single weapon or armor? Who actually decided that mages cannot wear armor? It doesn't take very long either for you to start questioning why you said yes to such a venture. I know, right? Like, why would... It's a little unfair that, you know, they're wearing armor, like my friends over here are wearing armor and I have nothing, and so I'm just in distress in these harem pants that totally fit me. You're no soldier, you know the theory of some basic defense, but you have never actually used it in anger. And on top of all that, the word of the headman's Scotty are still playing on your mind. Thorwallers lean heavily on the will of their runjas. Over your weeks of travel in Thornwall, you have heard many talk about them as part of their day-to-day lives. Yeah, we didn't actually expect them to affect us personally. It is really their will that you're here now? If so, why? Why not someone else? Exactly. Wait, you no matter how hard you find them to shake off before you reach Allison. So yes, like, why am I the only one in a dress? There's a little something to be said about her attire. She has, for one, she has those little metallic coins around her, which are actually just causing sound. Are they actually good for her in this mission? Oh look, it's a little pet. Can I pet it? Yes, I can. Sort of. Let's pet it between the ears. Yeah. So yeah, she is not wearing any armor. She has things that actually make it harder for her to be sneaky. And yeah. Also, just judging by her hands, she's using black henna, which is actually bad because you shouldn't. Yeah, it's interesting. They both cut far more imposing figures, dressed and ready for a fight. Exactly, they are dressed and ready for a fight, and I'm here literally just like on my way to a party. They both acknowledge your arrival with a quiet nod as they glance over your equipment to caution your readiness. Mm-hmm. I'm a mage? Yes. They historically get the lightest armor possible. Yeah, I know, but like why? Who decided that mages actually need light armor? I know there's like some games where it's like, oh, the heavy armor would just hinder their chanting or something, but so. Alright, let's do this. Alright, if we must do this, then let's do it quickly. Points at you as he looks at his sister. I like this one. Oh wait, what is Raskus' voice? I mean, I know what Raskus' voice is, but I cannot do it. I like this one. I cannot go very low, I cannot go very high. That's the story of my life. You like the silly voice acting, don't you? I don't actually do a whole lot of voices. Like silly voices or like bad or good, I just don't. Yeah. I wish I could do like a mousy voice. That's what I would do with it. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Overconfidence will kill us faster than any peaceless can. I love when you goof. That is precious. Before we begin, we will ask Swafnir for a blessing. Will you join us? Okay. So either what are you praying for? I don't know your prayers, or that's not appropriate. So let's just go for the second one. I don't know your prayers and blessings well enough to be able to take part in anything like that, I don't think. No matter, it is simple. You can listen to me and Estrid first, and that will be enough. This is tradition, yes. It is our duty to fulfill. For you, the offer is extended only if you wish for it. Though I'm sure the gods would welcome it. Sexy glances. Yes. Captions, Mexican dances, what is this? Sexy glances. Yes. Then I'll join you. Okay, let's join. Then it would be an honor to join you. Well, I mean, Mexican dances can be pretty sexy, I guess. Now it knows sexy when I say it. She walks away from you. You catch the subtle but strange look on her face. Somewhere between disappointment and concern. Oh, she's disappointed at us for respecting the god. Is this a part in this dating sim where I cannot get into her pants now? I think this is the part. Rasker, meanwhile, doesn't hide his joy at your decision. Yeah. Joy in where? Joy in his pants, I'm sure. They line up next to each other a few steps out of the way of the path out of town. You stand awkwardly next to Astrid as they both lie their weapons down at their feet. Rasky first bows his head and raises his hands over his axe with his palms facing towards the heavens. O Swafnir, brave conqueror, tireless hunter, watch over this axe and its bearer. Okay, it just doesn't catch. This is a dating sim now. I don't know, I'm not judging, but every visual novel has a bit of a thing with it. I mean, you weren't here before, but I mentioned the dating sim part earlier while Danny was here, and then I said about finding true love to him, and then you showed up, and then like I was just saying that you should hook Danny up with someone. That's the conversation that you got parted into. He speaks with a ferocity you were not quite expecting, letting his voice carry far with no hint of shame. No shame, no shame. In your name and by your will, I will go forth to fight. To build upon the honor of my forebears. To prepare for the final fight, to fulfill my destiny. That is my goal. Grant me but a piece of your godly power and let me prevail. With that, he snatches his axe back up, though he waits where he stands for Estrid to say her prayer too. Sword and shield. So, she is a tank? If she has sword and shield, then she is a tank? So, it's us, except we're not brother and sister. But, you know. You know. You need a measure of creativity to work around the words of the prayer that focus on a weapon. You decide on watch over me and hope that is enough in the spirit of prayer to be respectful. But Rasker is nodding at you when you lift your head again to affirm you have done well. Much harder to read, but she holds herself confidently as she double checks the straps of her vamp phrases. Bam bam. Thank you. You take the lead, Outlander. Take us to where you were first attacked. We will pick up the trail from there. Okay. I was actually concerned previously that the chapter was gonna be really long, because my stream is gonna continue like half an hour now. And I am concerned a little bit that it might stretch because of the chapters. It doesn't take long for you to reach the point where you remember ducking for cover. The tree you felled with your spell still lies blocking the path. If it weren't for that, you might be fooled into thinking nothing had happened. The arrows that had barely missed you are easy to find, but you can't see anything like boot tracks. They attacked from off-road. When we reach the ambush, those tracks will be much easier to see. So, we're leading them towards the road, towards the path, where the ambush was sprung, and are soon looking for clues. They're quiet as they are, and you try to help where you can, racking your brain for details of the attack. Make your way to the verge of the path and look around for any signs. There is what might be a footprint, but you could also just be nothing. Set deep in the mud. You aren't sure though. It's coming from or leading to the north, nor the northwest from. Okay. Let's inform the sibling. Here, over here, I think I found something. Northbound tracks? That's very strange. but there is nothing out there. A good day's march will already bring you to the foot of the Hjaldar's mountains. The perfect place to hide an encampment, away from any towns and any prying eyes. Oh yeah. If they're that far removed, there could be many more of them gathering there. Perhaps this was just a small party. We don't know that for sure, Outlander. But we should find out. Come, we should get going. We are already hours behind. I started loving this. Going really deep. And then, oh. Yeah. Nestor quickens the pace as you leave the road behind. Start your way across the country. Yes, yes. Exactly. You see the mountains creeping towards you from the north, and you know the way will get harder. You try your best to keep a steady pace, but the simple fact of the matter is, you are not used to this kind of exercise. You may just need stamina too. You run beside Rasker, who encourages you and tries to tell you how you should breathe to help your running. I think Raskir's a CrossFitter. Yes. He is definitely a CrossFitter. He hasn't said it yet, but he is literally giving him tips. Giving her tips on how to do breathing and whatnot. He makes it all look rather easy, running along quite happily with his great axe held tightly in one hand. Like, who else does that but a CrossFitter? I'm just gonna take a screenshot. I'm gonna meme this later. Even when he turns to speak to you, it is barely as though he is running at all. Surely you must know something of survival skills or hunting. You must have done something like this before. I think it's really hard to go low now. I don't know why. I think I've just broken something. I'm Academy taught, or I've focused on magic. Let's see, Academy taught. They expect perfection in the art and science of elemental magic. God, there was little room for anything else. That and some basic self-defense. It must have been intense if that is all you did for so long. It certainly was. It isn't long before you have to stop, and the siblings keep a close eye on your surroundings as you recover. Slowly but surely you go further and further north, ever closer to those snow-capped mountains. This game makes me so giggly. Estrid makes it her job to keep an eye on the tracks, which don't relent. The outlaws, the peaceless you follow, were not worried about being seen or covering their tracks, it seems. They were completely focused on their own goal, which, whatever that was, though Estrid says they were moving slower. The sun is at its peak when she stops your march at the top of a hill. Each climb is getting steadily harder, and all three of you are breathing deeply to recover while you can. Estrid, though, brings your attention to a forest at the foot of the mountains that you can now see quite clearly before you. It's still quite some distance away, but there is a settlement at the forest edge. Ever so far away, you can see smoke rising from it, like a campfire. See from miles around. Oh my god, that Pokemon looks amazing. Let's do Pokemon. Look! Look! Can I catch it? Can I catch it like this? I have it! I have it! It's like fireball now. Fireball. I'm getting at the point of tiredness where I'm just goofing. Okay, so we have a choice to make. Do you think that's them? Or nothing out here? Or what is that? Let's go. Do you think that's them? Because we don't want to be silly. We don't want to be a little bit foolish. Do you think that's them? I say and I do that voice. It must be. Their tracks still head north, and that is the only place between here and the Hjaldur mountain. I thought Hjalvik had been abandoned decades ago. It was too far from the sea, too difficult to sustain. Oh, you got the bronzor! I know. It's been really hard today. They must have run through the whole night to get there already. We should be careful, or that really is perfect, or is there a better approach? I think we should be careful. We're not having any armor after all. We need to be careful then, otherwise they might see us approaching. We've made good time though, it's already midday. I think we can slow down. Not too much though. Something's going on here and I don't like it. Come on and conserve your energy while you can. I think I did Dimi's voice actually. But yeah. It's grave silence that falls on you as you start forward again. It's different from before. You feel a tension again, and not just your own, but theirs as well. Time seems to slow down as you prepare yourself for whatever encounter is to come. Once again, you try to recall all the necessary aspects of as many spells as you can remember. It is as if your mind knows more than you do, that a difficult fight lies ahead of you. Oh no. So this one is a pretty one. I absolutely love this one. The background. I love these majestic trees. And yeah. The misty sort of... I'm not sure if that's misty or maybe it's actually snow. It's actually snowing, so... Yeah, there's mist on the background and it's snowing. It's absolutely gorgeous. Like, this is one of my favorite scenes in this whole thing. So far, at least, that I've seen. Must be mid-afternoon by the time you eventually arrive. As the earth starts to slope more steadily upwards underneath you, Estrid orders you to slow down again. Soon you are crawling through long grass, slowly and on your bellies as to not draw any unwanted attention. After what seems like an eternity like this, through the plains and reeds around you, you see Hjalvik. So what have I missed? I can't remember when exactly you left off. Let me see. Okay, so you missed out on gay drama. You missed out on me starting to do the silly voices. And you missed out on some Dota talk. You missed out on more silly voices. And that's about it. There is a thing where I go on this adventure sort of thing where I'm trying to locate these outcasts from this village who are now making a mess and being bandits and just reckless. So we have now, I think, located them in what is sort of an abandoned fort. We are closing in. Velvet. At least you see parts of it. And this is the new game. This is the new game. You can find it in Steam Store if you want. Oh. Rules of the Westwind. Why can't I suddenly see it? Okay, you think you found it. Last you see parts of it. Where the long grass stops, a small dirt road cuts across you from west to east, leading off towards the mountains. Beyond that, you see the remains of a very small village built across the uneven land of the mountain route. Thank you, love. Is it called Forgotten Fables? Did they change the name? Oh yeah, okay. They actually added that, I think. Or at least I don't remember it being there before. Thank you. Thank you, love. Built across the uneven land of the mountains. Let's say it blocks your view of most of the village, but you see some of the ruined rooftops. The love goggles are here. If it weren't for the two guards standing at the gateway, you'd say no one had lived here for a very long time. I actually wonder if I saw this part. They're expecting trouble. Why else would they keep watch? It is two guards. We can take them. There are more than two? There are far more than two of them beyond those gates. They'd be on us in moments. I forgot to do the voices. The Outlander's right, Rasker. We can't just go charging in. We need to be smart about this. Bah! I don't even know how to do that. Bah! That's not really my forte. We need to think quickly or we can come back. Oh, are you sure about this? I think just we need to think quickly, okay. Whatever we are going to do, we need to do it quickly. Trying not to move the brush around you too much, you look across to Estrid, who is biting her lip in thought. Hold on, look, coming down the road. Should we add guy logic on Raskir? There's only two of them. Right, yeah. There's only two of them, right? It's not like that is a huge village that can be full of people. We only see two of them, so there has to be two of them only. You crane your neck so that you can see whatever this Raskir has seen. From the west, another outlaw shoves a man down the path towards the abandoned village. The man is desperately trying to wrestle out of thick and tight rope bonds around his hands. Immediately after them, another pair follows, another outlaw and another prisoner. This one is more subdued. That settles it. I'm going. Follow me or don't. Before he moves so much as an inch, Estrid lunges through the grass and snatches his arm tightly. Don't move. We can't let those people suffer, Estrid. There's no decision to be. They have 2 prisoners, which means they can kill one of them just to make a point. We have to be careful. Okay, any ideas, Estrid? This is the point where we're just gathering some points, like social points, I think. Because we were towards Raskir at first, but now we're going towards Estrid. So what do you think we should do, Estrid? Another brief moment to collect her thoughts before she knows. And I mean, if we go with Raskir, he would probably just barge in. He's the Leroy Jenkins of the group. So we do not want to have any sort of advice from him at this point. Leroy Raskir. We should double back and approach from the forest and try to sneak through the palisade from there. If we can do that, we can deal with any peaceless we come across quickly and quietly without raising an alarm. Then we can rescue the prisoners. We might even find a way to get them to safety before the fighting begins in earnest. You hear Raskir let out a disgusted snort. And what if they kill the prisoners before we make it all the way around to the forest? What if we're delayed or caught? Those people cannot be allowed to die. What would you do then? Ah, my voice is cracking. There's only silence for a moment while the young Thorwallian warrior actually thinks. While the young Thorwallian warrior actually thinks. It sounds like they don't actually think, like, usually. But then you hear a growling sigh. If we cannot storm the gates, then we shall ask for an invitation into the village. Raskir, you're just, like, full of dumb ideas, aren't you? What? They won't attack us on sight. If we approach from the road, they won't attack us on sight. We can use that to get close, attack the guards before they can call for help, and storm the village without losing time. Beside you, Estrid shakes her head and then taps it gently against the floor in frustration. Oh my god, yes. He really is the Leroy Jenkins of them all. All. Yes, thank you. I love the part where it actually knows Leroy Jenkins so well. It's such a blast. It is such a blast. Thank you. Leroy Jenkins. Leroy Raskir. To the rescue. Besides you, Esther shakes her head and then taps gently against the floor in frustration. You cannot be that much of a fool, brother. We are outnumbered. That kind of attack will get us all killed. The prisoners have already long been dragged out of view, and there are no more hints as to the peaceless true numbers. You simply do not have enough time to give either plan proper thought. Whichever plan you choose, there'll be limited time to execute it. We're definitely going with Estrid's plan. No Leroy Jenkins here. It's simply too risky to attack directly. We should go with Estrid's plan. Thank you, Outlander. You see her glance across to her brother with a tilt of her head that you recognize as so there. Fine. Let us hope that the gods understand your reasoning if this goes wrong, Estrid. Okay. I can get that. Poke catch. It's actually getting so late that I'm gonna find us a place to pause. More than anything, Raskia sounds disappointed, but Estrid has already moved on, snaking slowly backwards. Come on, both of you, there's no time to lose. Take some time to back out of view of the guards and then double around into the forest west of you. Okay. I think we're gonna just save the game. And call it here. So yeah, this was a short stream and I'm gonna play this more tomorrow. The Pokemon already escaped. That is a shame. Shame. Never mind, I don't have the capture though. So anyway, tonight this is it, and tomorrow we shall continue and we will go for longer. And I will bring myself some tea because reading is hard. Yay! Yes, next time you'll be lucky. Today has been a blast. I do enjoy this game a lot. It is great fun to be had. And we're gonna look for someone to raid now. I wonder if there's something that we haven't thought of raiding. And those bear boos, I love that emo so much. It is amazing. Thank you all for joining in, and thank you so much for all. Let's see what's going on. I think what I'll do is I'll raid Ella. Ella is currently playing ESL, but she also dabbles in. She has followers and sub-only chat, but she is an absolute sweetheart and I love her, and we should go in there and say hi and maybe give her a follow as well. If you don't feel like following, then that's also okay. We have the raid all message, so you're free to type that, free to copy that and put it in the chat. Sometimes streaming is hard and you don't really necessarily want to have everyone in your stream like typing things or just randomly appearing, so we respect that, and yeah, we'll go and say hi to lovely Ella. Ella, 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 rating L. I don't even know anymore. Thank you all for joining in. It was fun.